why are you just staying silent? This is like a big thing, like the longest running show ever, and it's yours, and you don't say anything. Turns out Mr. Lloyd Webber has been sticking his thumb into a couple other pies. Hello and welcome back to
bitches.
Cereal. Hello, welcome back. How is everybody doing today?
I'm just doing swell-o-matic.
You should get that checked out. Anyway, hi guys, thank you so much for tuning back into Fruity Cereal. My name is Connor.
And I'm Kevin.
Guys,
O'Leary, not O'Leary, not that bald guy from Shark Tank.
Oh, that's right. You share like one syllable off from him, right?
Yeah. Well, no, one letter.
One letter. It's but that
one
adds
letter.
A syllable.
I feel like I should market that more.
No, you shouldn't, because then Kevin, you're really gonna try and like take a billionaire's name away from them?
I'm not taking it's my name, Connor. I'm not taking his name. What do you?
I'm just like, why would you poke the bear like that? Like, why tempt fate?
Because I want attention. That's why.
I mean, okay, I get that, but there's healthier ways to obtain it.
Such as?
I'm trying to fly under the radar. Don't look at me. Don't witness me. Don't perceive me. Leave me alone. Okay, I don't want attention.
And that's why you have a podcast.
Oh, we have a podcast, Kevin. Speaking of which, welcome back to Fruity Cereal. If you are new here, get ready for some fun, because we got a lot to talk about today. Starting with Kevin, how was your week?
My week's been pretty good. I got a pretty busy weekend. I got a lot of things to do. So
Same.
I don't know if you noticed, but we are once again filming in daytime. It is.
Yes, we are. Godlight has come back in and ruined my setup.
Yep, Godlight is here. So you can see how messy my room is.
Oh my goodness. What do you got going on this week? Because I also have a very busy weekend ahead of me.
Okay, so last night, sorry to break the illusion, but this was filmed on a Saturday. Last night, on Friday, I went to this
gay bar.
No, actually, it wasn't at a gay bar. Or is it a gay? I don't know. I don't know. When you're in Asheville, it's hard to tell what's considered a gay bar and what isn't, because because
they're all honestly, so painfully boring, right?
No, not because they're all so painfully boring, because they're all fucking weirdos.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. Yeah, Asheville is full of weirdos, in case you didn't know that. Like, there's a lot of weird people who live here.
But not like dangerous, like serial killer weirdos, right?
As far as I know.
Yeah, you can't really know until you get like too close to them, and then it's too late.
Yeah, but anyway, so I went to this one film festival where it was basically like an open mic, but like for movies, where I submitted my short film that I made pre-pandemic.
How did that go?
It went pretty well. I think people liked it. So
yeah. Oh my god! You didn't
but
tell
like,
me
here's
anything.
the thing: I submitted it for like the original one, and they didn't accept it there, like for the main festival. So, but they told me like, hey, if your thing doesn't make it, you can just like submit it in this open thing, and that's what I did.
That's wonderful. Congratulations.
Yeah, I forced strangers to watch my movie. See, Billy Eichner should learn from that. Force people to watch your movie.
Oh god, that was another thing I did not get to see, Bros. Well, it's only Saturday, so I still have tomorrow, but I did not get to see it.
Yeah, but now we can't talk about it, though.
I mean, you can talk about it. I would love to hear what you have to think, what you thought about the movie.
Okay, fine. I guess I will. But also, okay, but back to my schedule. And then today, and actually, here's the way that this works. This film festival worked is that you have to submit your film via thumb drive. So that's what I did, but I left my thumb drive with them. I forgot to take it back from them afterwards. No. So, but fortunately, they had another this like festival thing. It was like this is like a weekend thing. So, I was able to go back there today or earlier today. They had this like little seminar. This little what's the word I'm looking for?
Reception.
Not a it was like some like little like. No, it was like a. like a lesson
Symposium.
on. No,
I really don't know.
It was like a lesson on like teaching people like how to compose for horror movies. Like
lecture.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm looking for. Maybe
okay.
I don't know. Not really a lecture. I don't know. But either way, I went there and I got my flash drive back. Although it's really not a big deal. This flash drive is not a big deal because I literally only had a copy of my movie on there, and it was just a copy. Like I have the main one on my computer, so it's like that's fine.
Is somebody gonna die in the middle of the story? Is somebody gonna shit on the floor? When does the story get interesting enough to put on the internet?
Oh, it doesn't.
Okay, let's move on. Kevin.
Okay, well, you're telling me. Will you ask me what I wanted, what I was doing this weekend? That was
and I was very disappointed with the answer. Okay, let's move on.
And then tonight I'm going to the ballet. And then
are you going to the ballet, or are you going to like Clara's father type ballet?
Clara's father. And then tomorrow night, I'm actually driving to Atlanta to go to the Butch Queen Pride party.
My God.
Yes, for Atlanta Pride. Yeah, it's a 3-hour drive. I'm gonna go there, and then I'm gonna stay at a hotel, and then I'm gonna drive back Monday morning.
And then you're going to Florida to stay in your house. So you're doing like 2 vacations back to back.
Well, I have a few days in between then.
Oh, still, but that's like a lot of traveling in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me. Maybe we should get this out of the way early in the podcast and then recap once again at the end. We got quite a busy schedule here on Fruity Cereal. Kevin and I are both splitting our time very much like in opposite directions. Kevin and I are both going to Halloween Horror Nights in what, like a week? Literally 1 week.
Next week. Literally next week.
So we'll state this right now, and once again at the end of the show. Next episode that will air is going to be coming out on October. Where's my calendar? I don't know numbers. October 23rd. We are taking a 1-week hiatus. There will be no episode on October 16th, but we will return on October 23rd with a glorious recap of the time we had at Halloween Horror Nights, and possibly Kevin is most likely going to find a gay bar for us to go to in Florida, so that'll be in the recap as well. But yes, today's episode, October 9th, will be the final episode for 1 week, and then we will return on the 23rd. So be sure to set your calendar for that one, please.
And we're going to be super lit for Halloween.
Oh my God, I can't wait. I have so many ideas. Anyway, Kevin, we've gone so far. We're already 7 minutes in. I didn't even do my mug of the day.
You didn't?
I did not. I was on camera, but I didn't explain it. My lovely Phantom of the Opera mug that is heat reactive. So I have a hot beverage today.
Oh, what does it do?
Oh, the mask shows up once you put a hot beverage. It's normally black, but then the mask shows up when you put the thingy in it. This actually relates to the hyperfixation of the day. So
does it?
It does in a very good way.
I wonder what it is.
We'll get to it. But first, let's talk about your segment, Kevin. You have news for us.
I do. Not a whole lot, but I do have some news in my segment. Sounds gay. I'm in.
All right.
Boom, 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 boom. Okay. So the first piece of news is Velma is a lesbian in the new Scooby-Doo animated Halloween special.
Finally. I mean, okay. Let's talk about Velma Dinkley for a minute.
Well, can I read the article first?
I don't want to wait. I just want to dive right in. I'm so excited. Okay.
Come on, can I please read
the article? Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so we been new. Velma, Mystery Inc.'s resident bespeckled fan fave, is a lesbian in the new animated Scooby-Doo film Trick or Treat Scooby-Doo. Clips from the new movie, which became available digitally on Tuesday, October 4th, have hit the internet, showing our orange turtleneck queen getting all googly-eyed over a mysterious and fashionable costume designer, Coco Diablo. While it's the first time she's found a love interest on screen, that's actually not true, queer fans know that Velma has always been an LGBTQ icon, with even director James Gunn, who helmed the live-action films, telling fans he tried to make her character explicitly gay in his movies. However, the studio kept watering it down, according to his tweets. While a love interest with a name like Coco Diablo doesn't exactly spell out a happy ending for Velms, we're happy to see long-standing unspoken queer representation finally displayed on screen.
I'm very excited. Like I only saw one little clip of Velma getting like all like hot behind the lenses, like the steam in the glasses and all that, and it was like really super duper cute. And again, like you said, the character's name has like a foreboding aura to it. So
yeah, Coco Diablo. It's like,
I mean, it's very like Le Coeur de Noir, like Remus Lupin, bad
Wolf
guy,
Wolf.
bad guy. Yeah.
Savage
So
Oppress.
who?
That's a Star Wars character, Savage
Oh
Oppress.
my god. Of course it is.
Yeah.
But yes, this was so freaking exciting because Velma, I think, is like, she hasn't always been like super overt, but she has been like somewhat queer coded throughout her entire incarnation. Like,
yeah,
she's
like
always.
Yeah, and yet Republicans, the right wing, they're just like, we hate this. How dare you? And it's like, how dare us? How dare you do it? Like, how dare you haven't done this sooner? Like,
I mean, really, like,
how dare it took so long?
Absolutely. I mean, they were going to, what was it? The live action Scooby-Doo movies with Matt Lillard and all of them.
Yeah, it's like what the article said. Like, James Gunn, like, actually wanted Velma to be gay in that movie.
Like, she was something for Daphne, if I'm not mistaken. Which it's Sarah Michelle Gellar. Like,
there was a lot. Well, that's not the only time. That is not the only time that there has been some fruitiness between the two of them.
Oh, I know. They were roommates at one point. So
yeah, and they were roommates.
Oh, and then did you see this other Scooby-Doo thing where they made Shaggy black?
Yes, that's the Velma spin-off series that's going to be on HBO Max.
And he's going by his government name, Norville.
Yeah, and everyone in the comments is like, who the fuck is Norville? And I'm like, okay, we see who the fake Scooby-Doo fans are. It's time we gatekeep the Scooby-Doo fandom, because if you don't know that Shaggy's government name is Norville Rogers, you are a fake fan and you have no business. I actually quote tweeted the announcement of showing Shaggy's new character design. I was like, okay, if you don't know that Shaggy's government name is Norville, you have no right to complain about the race swapping, because you're not a true Scooby-Doo fan.
Absolutely.
You got no right.
We need to gatekeep
the Scooby-Doo fandom.
Are we going to get Scoobert?
I want actually, we haven't seen Scooby at all in this show.
That's concerning.
Yeah, we haven't seen any of. Okay, although one thing I do have to note about the character designs of the Velma show is that Fred looks like he's in a completely different show.
Yes, absolutely. And I was like, he's the Fred we all know and love, and it's like nothing has changed. He's still Fred, but it's like
he's still white.
He's still white and boring, but
it's like, see, racist, you still have Fred, okay?
Yeah. We took your Ariel, we took your Scooby, but you can keep Fred Jones.
Yeah, you can keep Fred.
Anyway, let's move on. We've been talking about Scooby for a few minutes.
Yeah. Oh, one person on Instagram, random.rushes, said, I swear she was with Hot Dog Water at the end of Mystery Inc. Did you ever watch Mystery Inc., Connor?
I didn't, but I know of Hot Dog Water. It's the most disgusting name for a character, and that's why I hate her, but she's a good character.
Yeah, it was such a good show. Like, the only problem I had with that show is that it was a little jarring that, like, the show did have kind of like a serious tone, and yet there's still a talking dog in it.
I mean, you want to talk about Scooby in the serious tone? Do you remember the Supernatural crossover?
I've actually never seen. I've only seen the clip where they realize
Daphne is freaking out.
Yeah, I've only seen the clip where Daphne is freaking out that she's going to hell.
There's an afterlife. Go surreal. I'm going to hell.
Have you ever heard about the theory that there are two different Scooby-Doo timelines? One where like there's no such thing as monsters and they're all just people in costumes, and then there's another timeline where there actually are supernatural like elements.
Well, I mean, we could turn this entire episode into just Scooby-Doo talk. But like the difference in tone between like the original Where Are You, Scooby-Doo, or whatever the name of the show is.
Scooby-Doo, Where Are You?
Sure. And then like Monster Island or a Zombie Island. Like that amplified everything because it took what you knew and said, hey, we're incorporating real supernatural elements into it. And now it's like an entirely new show. But and it revitalized it.
I don't think that was the first time there was actually supernatural elements, because like wasn't there like a whole series where like Scooby did like, you know, crossovers with a bunch of different characters, and one of them was like Abbott and Costello and the Wolf Man, or The Addams Family and Batman, and
I don't know, maybe, probably, if I'm being real, but like,
and then there was Ghoul School. Remember Ghoul School?
Ghoul School. I think that came out way before.
Yeah, see, the theory involves Shaggy's shirt. If Shaggy has a red shirt, that means it's in the universe where there are monsters.
Oh my! I'm so glad you know all of this, because I have been thinking about it for so long, and I was like, I'm not going to dive into it. Nobody's going to want to hear about that. But and we've been talking about Velma for like 15 minutes.
Yeah, we have. Okay, let's move on. Next piece of news is John Waters is directing his first film in nearly 20 years.
Oh my God. Okay, that's amazing. Do we have any details on it yet?
Yes. Sorry.
Whoops. It sounds like you just made that up just to keep the conversation going.
I did. I know, but I didn't. I didn't. I just burped.
Okay.
I'm not lying. I'm just gassy. Filmmaking is about to get filthy again. John Waters, the legendary auteur behind movies like Pink Flamingos, and Hairspray, as well as this year's Logo Legend honoree, is returning to the director's chair. According to Deadline, he will helm the big screen adaptation of his novel Liarmouth, a feel-bad romance, which was released earlier this year. He's also set to write the script. Liarmouth is the craziest thing I've written in a while, so maybe it's fitting that my novel was shocking enough to jumpstart the engine of my film career, he said in a statement. The movie marks Waters' first film since 2004's A Dirty Shame. One thing's for sure, we will be seated.
That sounds amazing. That's fantastic. Welcome back, John.
Welcome.
I mean, he's never really like left the scene. Like, he's always been like kind of floating around on the side, right?
Yep.
So, okay, this is actually really cool. Thank you for telling me that.
Remember when he was in Seed of Chucky?
I was just gonna say the like dirty photographer. Oh God.
Yeah.
He got one of the best kills in the movie, though. Like the
hydrochloric acid. Like his head got melted.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah. Why was there just like acid in like his studio?
In his like dark room where he developed photos.
In his dark room, there's just like sulfuric or hydrochloric acid. I don't know which one it was.
You can't question anything with those movies.
I don't know. In movies, it doesn't matter what the difference is. It's like all acid just instantly burns and melts instantly. You know,
oh God,
that's how acid works in movies.
He also got one of the most iconic lines in the movie: "A masturbating midget," which I'm using that word for context. I don't use that word in day-to-day life.
I know it is. I know. I'm not really sure if that word is okay to use like out of context. Like,
it's not. It's the term is little person.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, I know.
Anyway,
yeah,
moving on.
Yeah, moving on. Last piece of news isn't really news. It's mainly just that I saw Bros.
Okay,
and Connor has not.
Yeah, I had some personal issues going on, so I had to miss my ticket time, but I will see it at some point.
Okay, all right. So, we gotta. Okay, first of all, it kind of is getting ugly with this like controversy about like Billy Eichner's statement about the movie. Like, I don't think he was being serious about the whole thing. Like,
he's definitely disappointed that it didn't do.
Yeah, obviously it is disappointing that the movie didn't do very well at the box office.
I mean, anybody would be disappointed if like something they put a lot of time and effort into wasn't like a massive success.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I think you're right. There's no controversy here. It's people just creating drama from nothing.
Yeah. But but let's talk about the movie itself.
Yes.
So I thought this movie was freaking hilarious. I thought there was like joke after joke. It was very funny. There's one particular joke in the beginning of the movie involving thruples. I'm not gonna spoil what it is, but I just found it very funny.
Okay, that's fun.
And this is kind of like, and this kind of is gonna sound like a like most basic level comparison, but it did kind of make me feel the same way I kind of felt about Love, Simon, but like in a different way. It's almost like Love, Simon grew up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like Love, Simon spoke to me as a gay man, like spoke to me as a gay teenager, like as my inner teenager, like, back when I was in high school in the closet, that film spoke to me. But now this movie, Bros, this speaks to me as an adult gay man.
Okay. Kevin Love Simon came out in 2018.
Yeah, I know.
You were not a teenager.
Yeah, no, I know I wasn't. But
you were out of college.
Oh my God, Connor, Connor, that's not the fucking point.
Oh, no. It's my fucking point. You think that you're like this like tiny little twink boy. Meanwhile, you're 29.
Connor, don't say my age on the internet.
You are 29. You will
Connor,
be 30.
Connor, you're making me less marketable. Stop
exactly.
it. You are ruining my market.
Sure. Okay. Anyway.
So like,
would you recommend the movie?
I do recommend it. Okay. I don't recommend watching it with your parents though, because there are a lot of sex scenes.
I can. That was the one thing I knew was going to be Billy Eichner. I know him, and he's going to be like, I'm going to level out the playing field by making a lot of like sex scenes in this movie.
And yeah. Oh my God. I straight up told my parents, I was like, this movie was really good, but I can't watch it with you guys because I mean, like y'all are gonna know what I'm like. You guys are gonna know what I'm into.
Here's the thing.
Like there was one particular sex scene in the movie.
You tweeted about it.
I did tweet about it. I was like, this food is so fucking good, Lois.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Like, here's the thing. I don't even like watching like mildly like two adults kissing on screen with my parents in the room, because my mom will watch it as if it's just like happening. She doesn't make comments. My father always has an opinion. He always has to make a comment and be like, this is basically smut. This is like, lowbrow entertainment. And I was just like, Dad, just watch the fucking movie. Just watch it. Like, don't, I don't know. So yeah, that's why I watch all of my movies alone. And my father thinks that I never watch movies. It's like, no. I watch them when you're not there.
Yeah. So yeah, very funny, very relatable. But I do have one major problem with the movie though.
Oh boy.
And that's that Billy Eichner explains things too much.
Oh, I hate that, because he's trying to make it all inclusive. He's trying not to alienate the straight audience. And he's trying to be like, here's why the joke is funny. Laugh now.
Yeah, I know. It's like, there's that rule in movies how, show don't tell. Well, he shows and tells a lot.
No, that's bad.
I mean, there are some things that like, you should explain. Like he has this really good monologue during like around the middle of the movie in a scene where they go to P-Town.
Okay.
Like that's really good. But then like there's some other things, like for example, there's a scene where he is messaging a man on Grindr while watching the movie You've Got Mail.
Mm-hmm.
And when the scene first started, I was like, oh, this is really clever, because that movie is like what modern day dating is like, especially for gay men on Grindr. But then he straight up says that to the man that he's messaging. Like he straight up says, hey, this is like, I'm watching You've Got Mail, and this is like that movie. It's like, no, you're not supposed to explain it.
Yeah, that's like, a little.
And now it makes me feel talked down to. It says that like I don't trust you to get this. I don't trust you. I don't think that you're smart enough to get this. So I'm going to explain it to you. And it's like, even if I wasn't, like, I probably wouldn't care. Like, you know how some people like make those like jokes or memes about like how English teachers are like, explain why the curtains were blue. And like, sometimes it's just like the curtains are just blue. See, exactly. Like, if people who don't know why the curtains are blue, they're just going to think the curtains are just blue. So like, don't explain why the curtains are blue in the text. Let people interpret why the curtains are blue.
You're letting off a lot of anger from Mr. Daly in 4th grade right now, and it's hilarious.
No, but like, if you don't care why the curtains are, if you don't know why the curtains are blue, you probably don't care why the curtains are blue. They're just blue curtains.
You want to know something? That also comes back from repeat readings and viewings. Is like, you learn stuff after like absorbing the media for the first time and then coming back to it and revisiting it. You like, oh, I just discovered this that I didn't get the first time. So that's why when people always roast me for like watching a movie over and over again, it's like, no, you don't understand. There's more to be found. So do you think there's more to be found from watching Bros a second time?
Maybe, but I don't know. I was probably
if he's explaining all the jokes up front.
Explained everything. Yeah, mansplaining. I mean, I don't know if it's technically mansplaining because I am also a man, but
it's definitely degrading. It's definitely dehumanizing.
Yeah. But like that's not the only example of things that like he just like straight up explains rather than just show. I mean, he does show a lot, but like I just show don't
we
tell.
Don't need both. We don't need both.
We don't need both. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, I will definitely go see it.
But it is still a good movie. It is still an amazing movie. I thought it's still a hilarious movie. Bowen Yang from SNL plays this completely unhinged character, and honestly, it's worth the movie just for that.
Okay, that I'm excited for. All right.
Oh, and also Deborah Messing. Oh my god, Deborah Messing is in this movie.
I didn't know that.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Deborah Messing. I'm not. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm really surprised that Deborah Messing has anything to do with Billy Eichner. Honestly, didn't he like roast her unrelentlessly on Billy on the Street for a couple of times?
Maybe. Oh no! Wait. He was like parading her around. It's like, it's Deborah Messing, you gays.
That was it, Deborah Messing. Oh, you know who I'm thinking of? Leah Remini.
Yes, it was Leah Remini.
Who seems like a terrible person.
Who's a terrible person? I don't know. The correct answer is Leah Remini.
Meanwhile, she seems like she's a little nuts, but like she's doing good work talking about the evils of, that church. But that's another story. Never mind. Anyway, Kevin, is there any more for Sounds Gay I'm in today?
Not really, except that
you're just making stuff up now. You want to keep it going.
I'm not making stuff up. I'm just wondering what counts as news. Did you know that Andrew Tate is now beefing with Lil Nas X in his latest desperate attempt to stay relevant?
What now?
I just said he's beefing with Lil Nas X.
I know, but like, what's the beef about? Like, you're gay and I don't like that?
No, he's saying like, I'm not a terrible person. He is. And Lil Nas X is like,
okay,
it's like, I'm feeding, like, I'm like doing shit and I'm providing for like myself and my family. Like,
yeah, really, come on.
All you're doing is like, he's actually, Lil Nas X is not beefing back with him directly. He's just like saying, like, he's not even really dignifying it. And yes, Andrew Tate is banned from all social media. Yeah,
that is hilarious.
That's old news.
That is.
And it's like, bro, Lil Nas X is not the one that's being investigated for human trafficking. All right, so like,
I mean, it screams like
Lil Nas X is not the one who admitted that he moved to Romania to avoid sexual assault charges.
Yeah. Oh God. Meanwhile, Kevin, answer me this. What did Andrew Tate do before all this? Is he a sports person?
I believe he was a kickboxer.
Okay.
I think he was on Big Brother UK. Yeah, but then he got kicked off of Big Brother UK because a video circulated online of him beating a woman.
Meanwhile, Matthew McConaughey still out here making money, making films.
Wait, what did Matthew McConaughey do?
Not Matthew McConaughey. Who am I thinking of? The guy that was in charge of who beat up that Asian family.
Oh, Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg. Why did I say Matthew McConaughey?
I don't know. You got
Matthew. I'm sorry. I got my straight white men mixed up. I'm sorry.
Jesus.
Mark Wahlberg. Yeah, we don't stand. Oh my God. Anyway, Kevin, thank you so much for this really weird news segment. I'm very sorry.
And now Lil Nas X is just roasting all of Tate's little fanboys, like being like, bruh, like beefing with me is not gonna make him fuck you. Like, go away.
Exactly. It's very pick me vibes. Oh
no, so much pick me vibes.
Oh,
sad.
God. Sad. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, Kevin, thank you again. You
are welcome.
What else did I want to talk to you about today? Because there was a lot I had
Mario
to bring.
Movie.
Kevin.
Mario Bros. If you don't see the Super Mario Bros. Movie, you are homophobic.
Oh, no. If you don't see the Super Mario Bros. Movie, will you be really that bad off? Okay, so obviously, let's start from the beginning.
Connor, you're going to see that movie, right? Like
Super Mario Bros. Or Bros?
Well, both, but I'm specifically talking about Super Mario Bros.
Here's the thing. I'll see it, but I'm not going to see it alone. Like, I'll go with you or like another friend that's interested, but I'm not going to like buy a ticket as a 30-year-old man and be like, yes, like, let's see the cartoons with the funny Italian man.
But it's Mario though. It's not just, but it's Mario.
Yeah, I know, but I just like I don't know. I'm not going to see it alone, but I will see it if somebody goes with me. And if they don't go see it with me in theaters, I will rent it on YouTube or something. I don't know.
Okay, I don't know. I just there is so much hype for this movie. Like, there's so much buildup, and it's like, here's the thing: like, whether or not it's good or bad, it's like I'm gonna see this movie.
Exactly. Let's start from the beginning. The teaser trailer for the Super Mario Brothers movie from Illumination.
Okay, but before the trailer started, have you seen that clip of Chris Pratt saying, like, man, back in my day, I stomped all over Koopas. I spent so much time stomping Koopas.
I don't.
The way he said Koopas, it made it sound like Koopa was a slur.
I really did not see that, but it sounds like something Chris Pratt would say.
The trailer premiered during a Nintendo Direct, and like they showed like they let Chris Pratt say something, and then they let Jack Black say something. And in case you don't know, Jack Black is playing Bowser in this movie. Yeah. You probably already know that Chris Pratt's playing Mario.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and it's just people are just dunking the hell out of him for this segment. And this segment was like he filmed it like in his house, like just in like a random room in his house, like with like a blurry background, like a blurry zoom background. Like, it's worse quality than what we're filming right now.
I was just gonna be like, can you really throw stones in this glass house you caught yourself in? Oh my god.
Okay, but Connor, he's like a huge, he's not, I don't know exactly how much money he has, but a lot. He's a huge celebrity. Like, he's like,
I mean, oh god. The one thing I want to talk about is the voice acting in this movie is all over the fucking place. You have Jack Black playing Bowser, which I was actually like tentatively excited about because Jack Black does amazing voice work. Anything he's done, I thought he's knocked it out of the park, and I think he did decent.
Even Shark Tale?
Yeah, I thought it was fine. It was the script was shit, but I thought it was okay. But here's the thing: it was memorable to say the least. But this one, I thought he did good from what we got in the trailer. But then, who else do we have? We have Charlie Day as Luigi, which you didn't get anything in the trailer. You got like a couple of like gasps and like shouts, but that's it. But then, who's playing Toad? I forgot. It's not Jordan
Michael Key.
I knew it was one of Key and Peele. Okay, so yeah, he sounded not like Toad. You would, if you've ever played a Mario game, he sounds nothing like Toad. So, but I mean, I guess that's for the best because that voice is very grating.
I'm relieved at his Toad voice because I thought that they were just gonna have him play, do like his voice that he uses for Ducky in Toy Story 4.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
the
joke is already there for that one. That you don't need to make the same joke twice.
Yeah, well, that's what I was worried about. I was worried that like they were gonna make the whole joke. Oh, isn't it funny that Toad is like using AAVE, AAEV? That's right.
But African American
vernacular English. Yes. Like, yeah, isn't that funny that Toad is talking like that? And it's like, that would have gotten very old very fast. So absolutely. I'm so glad that like his Toad voice.
He's trying to create a new character with his voice. He's not like bringing what he's done from something, and that speaks to his.
No. I'm not saying that it would have been his fault if they had done that. Like, it probably would have been the studio. Like, they would have been like, "Hey, this is funny. Hey, Keegan, like, this is funny. Like, you should do that."
I mean, that was why Megan Mullally declined a role, I believe, in the movie Enchanted for Disney. Like, they said, "Hey, we want Megan Mullally to be in this movie, but only if she does the Karen Walker voice from Will and Grace." And she said, "Absolutely not. I'm more than just this one character." And she declined the role. And I thought that was a smart move on her choice. But then let's get back to the big thing of the whole movie is Chris Pratt playing Mario. What are your thoughts on how he portrayed Mario?
I don't think I've heard enough of him to really cast true judgment. From what I have heard, I'm not very impressed. So here's the thing. I'm one of the few people who was actually open-minded about him playing Mario. It's like, definitely not my first choice, but like, hey, he played Emmett in the Lego movies, so maybe he could do a good job. Like, clearly he can play like, an ingenue character. So like, so yeah, maybe Mario could be like that, could be similar to Emmett. Like, I don't know what he could do I don't know what he would be doing accent wise. It kind of seems like he's gonna go for like the more like Brooklyn accent, like in the 80s cartoons.
Yeah. The thing with like from what we have heard of his, I've been seeing this all over TikTok and it just made sense because I can't unhear it now. The big, like the longest line he gets in the whole trailer is Mushroom Kingdom, here we come. And it's just because with the Brooklynese accent, you hear in the back of your mind, he sounds exactly like Linda Belcher. And it is
all right.
All right. It is so funny because now I can't unhear it. And it also makes me think, if we had just gotten Charles Martinet, the original voice actor of Mario from the video games, to play this role, I think it would have been fine, but like there's nothing new going on. In introducing Chris Pratt.
I don't know if it would. Like, have you ever actually heard and he is in the cast, Charles Martinet.
He is in the cast, but he's not playing Mario though.
Yeah, I know. So it's like a cameo thing.
Yeah.
But like, here's the thing. Have you ever actually heard like Charles Martinet as Mario, like speaking complete sentences?
Yes. It's very, very weird.
Yeah, it is like, imagine a whole movie of that.
I know, but like, that's what people, this is like, the fan base is never happy, you know, even when you get everything you want, you're never happy. But I don't know. I don't know. I really don't think Chris Pratt's like taking any risks here.
I don't.
It feels like Chris Pratt.
Yeah, it like I probably can say now, like, yeah, he was miscasted. I kept an open mind, but like, you know,
that's
I'm proven wrong.
We're both trying to like give him the benefit of the doubt, but
I know
the way Chris Pratt behaves, like in any of his roles, it feels almost like he's taking himself too seriously to like make himself like seem stupid. Like he's not gonna like do a wacky voice because people are gonna laugh at him, and I don't think he likes people laughing at him. You know what I mean? Like when he was on not The Office,
Parks and Rec,
he was the chubby funny guy. Now he's attractive. Now he's cheating on Anna Faris. Now he's like, you know what I mean? Like he's like, I'm sexy, therefore nobody can
now he's cheating on Anna Faris. It's like, whoa, okay, big leap there. I mean, wait, did he actually cheat on her?
I believe so. That's why they got divorced.
Oh.
And like the thing is, like, he has what I lovingly, or actually kind of hatefully refer to as former fat kid syndrome. Like anytime you have somebody that went through childhood and adolescence with a lot of extra body weight and they suddenly lose it and get the abs, they are suddenly so fucking miserable to be around. They look down on people that have body issues. They're very much like, I only sleep with hot people now. And that's kind of the vibe I'm getting from him now. So to cast him as a portly Italian plumber, he's going to be like, I'm not going to like do an affected accent. Like, I don't want people to make fun of me. And that's kind of what I'm getting when I'm hearing his Mario. So,
okay. Yeah.
Former fat kid syndrome is a real thing though. So
you know who I think should have been cast as Mario?
Who?
Josh Gad.
I would love that. Oh my God. Here's the thing. I believe that Josh Gad has more success as a voice actor than he did when he did like Broadway, when he did like live action stuff. He's found his niche and he is doing so well. And I love it for him.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been fun to hear him do Mario, though. That would have been really cute. Kevin, we've been chatting for some time now. Was there something else we wanted to talk about before I dive into
I'm not done with the Mario trailer because we didn't talk about the actual like content of the trailer, like the stuff with Bowser and the penguins and.
Here's the thing. Watch the trailer for yourself.
Okay, yeah.
We're not a recap show.
Well, I don't know. What do you think about it other than the voice cast?
The animation looks good. The animation looks really good.
I will concede to that. It does.
Here's the thing.
You can see little things that are like, oh yeah, this is definitely an Illumination movie. Like especially the design of the penguins. It looks very Illumination-like.
And that's what I love, though.
But like a little bit, like you can see like a little touch of Illumination there.
I am so glad that this movie isn't trying to just do a one-to-one recreation of like the cutscenes in like Mario Odyssey or Galaxy or something. They're like taking chances. Like Mario looks almost completely different. Like he's how you remember him in the video games, but there's different stuff like the fabrics and the textures.
Some people don't like it. Some people are like disturbed by it, but I'm like, I don't know. It just looks different. Like
Mario has too much teeth. That's the one thing I noticed.
Why does it always come down to the teeth?
It's very much like the defining feature between Uncanny Valley and like believable cartoon character. Because if you have too much teeth showing, or if there's like not enough teeth showing, then it's like, oh, this looks like some sort of predator that's going to come and like eat my face out through the video screen. Like You know what I mean? It's like seeing a plant with teeth. Like, it's funny, but then you see like Audrey 2 and Little Shop of Horrors, and you're like, oh, this could actually hurt me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just like, I don't know. But teeth is a very important thing. Like the Polar Express characters. Like, if you see the conductor played by Tom Hanks, anytime you see his teeth, he suddenly becomes too humanoid. And it's like, oh, I love the Polar Express, but that movie is like the go-to when talking about the Uncanny Valley sort of thing, you know?
Yeah.
But that is that. All in all, I am excited for this movie.
He loves being weird.
Oh,
he loves the Uncanny Valley. Okay, so yeah, we're about 40 minutes in, so probably should move on.
It's my time to shine, Kevin. It's my time.
Okay, your time.
Give me the spotlight.
Okay, spotlight.
That was not okay. Anyway, I don't need to introduce the segment. It's already on the screen. Hyperfixation of the week. Kevin, like I said, my mug of the day actually. Oh, you see the mask is gone now.
Yeah, I guess now they cooled off.
I mean, kind of.
Fade away.
Yeah, it's still fading. Speaking of fading away, we've already talked.
Wait. I have one question.
Uh-huh.
Why is like on the poster of Phantom of the Opera? Why is the mask like
a full face?
Yeah, because doesn't he only have like half a mask?
I love this trivia question, and I can give you the answer. Okay, so when they were workshopping Phantom of the Opera, they made the logo before they even started rehearsals. They were like, Andrew Lloyd was doing Phantom of the Opera. Here's your logo. Let's go. They did rehearsals with a half mask when Michael Crawford was playing the Phantom. And they're like, it covers the top half of his face. We can't really see him emoting on the stage. Like, you know, if he's up on stage, we're in the audience, like he's singing, you know, whatever he's singing, and we don't know if he's happy, sad, like angry. We don't know what he's emoting. So they went and reworked the mask to give the iconic half mask that everybody knows, but they never changed the logo. And like people constantly wonder, like, why is this mask on the poster? But yeah, the people had already been, the graphic designers had already been paid, the artists had already gotten their paychecks cashed, so they just kept it, and it has become synonymous. Like, you see this mask, you know it's Phantom of the Opera, Andrew Lloyd Webber.
But it's not like, the mask in the show.
Exactly. But
then,
I
still know it's Phantom of the Opera.
Then you cut to the poster for the sequel, Love Never Dies, and it's this glittery, gaudy half mask, and it's like, it's already like a far cry from what the original show was. That show is fucking dumpster fire. Talking about Andrew Lloyd Webber's Phantom of the Opera.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we talked about it closing down in February 18th of this year.
Yes.
Andrew Lloyd Webber, the guy who wrote the show, has not said a single thing about this. Like, it's like his multi-trillion-dollar cash cow. He's made more money off of this than God. And he hasn't said a single thing. Like, it's going off, and like, you would think he'd be like, you know, the show has meant a lot to me, blah, blah, blah. Sorry,
is that what he sounds like?
No, he's just a douchebag. I don't like Andrew Lloyd Webber. I don't like Andrew Lloyd Webber for a multitude of reasons, and I don't have time for it today. But Andrew Lloyd Webber's a douche. So he hasn't said a thing. And everybody's just like, why are you just staying silent? This is like a big thing. Like, the longest running show ever, and it's yours, and you don't say anything. Turns out Mr. Lloyd Webber has been sticking his thumb into a couple other pies. He has another show that is coming to Broadway literally the day after Phantom closes. This man has never had, like, not a show on Broadway since, like, fucking Cats. Like, this man has domineered the market. Like, Stephen Sondheim may have had the most of his shows on at one time, but Andrew Lloyd Webber has never not had Rent covered in Manhattan. So, this February, another one of Andrew Lloyd Webber's shows is opening. It is a port. I don't know what the word is. He opened the show over in the West End in London. It was called Andrew Lloyd Webber's Cinderella, which obviously is up my alley. The show got mostly negative reviews. It's like, you know, a trial run. It started as a concept album. It wasn't super fleshed out. It was fine. It was just fine. But now he's bringing it to Broadway because he needs to make rent. And he's like, oh, we're working on changes and whatever. We've retitled the show to Bad Cinderella. And it's about this girl who's like an angsty teen goth. It's very much, why can't I wear my Converse with my dress vibes. Not like other girls vibes. And that would be fine if it were like, you know, 2006, you know, fucking Demi Lovato and the Princess Project, or like Mia Thermopolis, whatever. But the entire show just screams millennial vibes, and it's very weird. But the thing that really gets me about this one is the memes, because the way they announced the show is that it was just announced like a week ago, and Julie Weber had like a literally the day after our last episode was recorded, actually. The Imperial Theater in Manhattan has a whole crowd of people around. The marquees are already up. The logos of Cinderella, like she's got like a spray paint can. She spray painted her dress on or whatever, and says Cinder-Ella, which already terrible etymology, but that's another story. But he brings out the actress that they have cast to play Cinderella in the show, and she does this like a little thing. She's like, New York, thank you for making me Cinderella, but I'm not just your Cinderella. I'm your bad Cinderella. And then she pulls out a fucking spray paint can. Very loud. We'll cut that. She pulls out a spray paint can and literally takes 10 fucking minutes to spray paint the letters B and D on the poster with the character of Cinderella playing the A to give title for the show, which is now Bad Cinderella. And the Broadway community is roasting the shit out of this show. Let me make this clear. I have been sending videos to my friends being like, who's going to come see this with me when it opens in February? Because I don't think this show's going to be good. I'm here for two things. Number one, I love a Cinderella adaptation, as we've discussed on several episodes in the past. Ad nauseum. But then I'm also a fan of car crash theater. Okay, like fucking Diana not Diana the musical. I didn't mean that. I am so sorry.
What? I wasn't me. That's not the bad thing. Yay!
No. Okay. No. Car crash theater refers to like really overly bad musicals. I'm talking like Carrie the musical. I'm talking Starlight Express. Diana the musical is one of them. It's on Netflix. Watch it. But I'm in trouble.
That's definitely going to be a clip, Connor. That's definitely going to be a clip.
I'm sweating because I can feel the cancellation on my neck already. So, yeah, no, I'm expecting this show to be an absolute dumpster fire, and I want to see it before it closes because I don't think this show's going to last that long. I mean, I have a video of just a couple of TikToks that I've harvested. I would like if we could pull them up, I just want to talk you through them because it's literally people just roasting the show, like making the memes. And it is absolutely hilarious. So if I could possibly get that video up on screen.
Yes. Oh,
like you see,
we're not mirrored.
No, we are not mirrored.
So I have to look this way.
Everybody is like making the jokes of like the logo in the middle. The A is like Cinderella in her dress and like sad bottom. Come on. But then why does she take so long to write two letters? Like it's because these videos have been muted for copyright reasons, but the song in the background is Bad Cinderella. Call me Bad Cinderella. I do blah, 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 blah. And it is so funny. You hear people cheering in the background because like they're like, it's just silence and awkward. Nobody knows how to react. And it is the funniest thing because nobody really wants this show on Broadway. Nobody really wants it. Like, I mean, Kevin, if you come to New York, I need somebody to see this show with, because if I see this show alone, I'm going to be doing that thing where like I'm reacting to like an invisible camera. I'm just like, did you just see that? Oh my God, what the fuck is that? This show is going to be a dumpster fire. I cannot wait for it.
So is there any difference between this show and the one that was on West End?
They are making some changes. We don't know what they are doing, but they have changed the lyrics to the title song, Bad Cinderella. The one over in London, you can listen to it right now. It's like on any streaming service, whatever. Andrew Lloyd Webber's Cinderella, but Bad Cinderella probably is going to get an American cast recording. Not looking forward to it. They changed the lyrics, and here's the thing. Absolutely no shade to the actress. I think she sounds like Fran Drescher with a head cold. I don't really like her voice. But the lyrics are absolutely disgusting. Like, Cinderella is the snotty name that they call me. Girl, have you met me? And I'm just like... This is very ew. It's very much hello, fellow young kids, and I don't like it.
I mean, but like it is, but like that is the nasty name they called her. I feel like there's been so many Cinderella adaptations. I feel like we forget that like Cinderella is supposed to be like a derogatory name.
Oh no, but here's the thing. In this version, Andrew Lloyd Webber Cinderella, the entire town hates her because she's a vandal. The show opens with this town called Bellevue. They are like.
But isn't the whole point of Cinderella that like we're supposed to feel sorry for this girl? Like, isn't the whole point that
here's
like
the thing. The best part about Andrew Lloyd Webber's Cinderella is that it lets you watch the fairy tale that you know and love while also holding it accountable for some of the anti-feminist ideals that it actually held. Like, it takes Cinderella like as like autonomous in her own like destiny and like choices she makes, the situation that she's in. She like all of it like kind of the show's very, it tries to be feminist while also being very anti-feminist at the same time. It's kind of gross. But the entire town hates Cinderella because the Prince Charming, literally his name is Prince Charming, died several years ago, and the town is unveiling a statue of him in his memory. She has vandalized the statue to get the attention of the prince's younger brother, Sebastian, who's her friend. And it cost them this award that they were going to be with. That was going to be like, you know, a tourism boom. So they literally attack her and tie her to a tree and leave her to be eaten by wolves. This is all in the first 2 songs of the show. Yeah. I need to see the show, Kevin. You can watch the slime tutorial if you find it on YouTube. But yeah, no, the show's, oh, and her fairy godmother is a plastic surgeon. Like, she's just like, hey, I want to be hot. I want the prince to know. She literally says, I want to be hot, toenail to lash. I need the prince to notice me. Exactly. And the fairy godmother's just like, just so you know, beauty has a price. I'm going to break your ribs. I'm going to put you into shoes that are going to cut your skin. And you are going to, and if you are not out of this dress at midnight, it's going to break your ribs, and you will not be able to breathe.
This sounds a lot less like Cinderella and more like the Little Mermaid.
Exactly, the Ursula vibes from the fairy godmother. Another reason I want to go see the show,
like the original Little Mermaid, like exactly. You know the fairy tale, because like you know in the original fairy tale, like you know like Mermaid's supposed to be like in pain, like every step that she takes. It's
yep,
like, you know.
The show, like, here's the thing, you have to do something different in order to be a contender, because otherwise we've seen it already, and this show is trying to do stuff.
Yeah, so why do it then? Do something else.
Exactly.
Why didn't Andrew Lloyd Webber just make a Little Mermaid musical?
Because
why not Bad Cinderella. Little Mermaid?
The Bad Little Mermaid.
Yeah, the Absolutely. Bad Little Mermaid. Yeah.
No. Oh God, Kevin, this show's going to be a dumpster fire, but I just thought the memes were so fucking funny because I'm on the right side of TikTok for it. I am drowning in these things. Like,
okay.
So yeah, that's pretty much my entire hyperfixation. Oh, no, it's not. There's more. Okay.
There's more.
There is more. Okay. So when the show closed over in the West End in London, the show actually closed early. Like, the show was supposed to run until, I believe, June, July, August of 2021 or 22, excuse me. It officially opened August 18th, 2021, and was supposed to run for a full year until 2022. The show closed early on June 12th. Andrew Lloyd Webber did not notify his cast that this would be happening. He literally went on Instagram and was like, Cinderella's closing on June 12th. Refunds can be issued, and you can see it until then. The star of the show, Carrie Hope Fletcher, who's playing Cinderella, the show is literally written for Carrie Hope Fletcher. She finds out that she's going to be losing her job 2 months early via fucking Instagram. Like, how rude is that? How absolutely disgusting is that to treat your cast? Like, people who had already signed contracts to take over the roles if the show had an open-ended run, like, now are being told, hey, your contract's null and void, the show is closing, good luck to you. And it was absolutely disgusting. But the real drama comes on closing night. The theater's packed house, right? Everybody's ready for closing night festivities. The cast comes out on stage for like the final goodbyes. Everybody has a speech, thank yous, blah, 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 blah. Andrew Lloyd Webber cannot even be bothered to show up to the closing night. He sends a letter to be read by the stage manager in his stead, which like is basically saying, the big quote from this letter says, towards the end, Lloyd Webber's letter read, "It may have been a costly mistake, but I am proud that we did it and proud of everyone who supported me." Now imagine you stand in front of your cast and you say, hey, this show is a mistake, but I'm glad y'all are here. How fucking... And then here's the thing. When people say, hey, I have a letter from Andrew Lloyd Webber, the audience boos Andrew Lloyd Webber's name because they realize he's a douchebag. He's an incorrigible douche. He was throwing a tantrum because he couldn't sell
use that word again. Incorrigible?
Incorrigible. Yes.
SAT. Come through.
He absolutely threw a tantrum when, like, this was at the beginning of the pandemic. They weren't allowed to open because of the COVID precautions. And he's just like, the government's preventing the arts from, like, blah, blah, blah. I can't sell a packed house because of safety precautions. Fuck the government. And it's like, stop being a baby, care about your cast and audience, and move the fuck on. You can fill the house at half capacity, and that's not good enough for you. But then he's saying like the show is a costly mistake and like it's whatever. That's just rude. And you can see like specifically the actress who plays the godmother, you can hear her say costly mistake, and then she gets like very much like, excuse me, kind of eyes. Like everybody's laughing because they realize that he's such a douchebag. Andrew Lloyd Webber is not a good person. Patti LuPone was right that he's not fun to work with, and I hope one day to take a swim in the Patti LuPone's Andrew Lloyd Webber memorial pool.
Oh wow! I can't believe you're siding with Patti LuPone on this.
Me either. I don't like her either. But like in the lesser of the two evils, I got to go with Patti. Oh,
yeah,
God.
Wow, Andrew Lolo Baloney.
Exactly. So if you are interested, go check out Bad Cinderella on Broadway this February.
It's like I hate Andrew Lloyd Webber. I'm gonna give him money to see his train wreck.
I mean, honestly,
I mean, he has enough money. It doesn't make it. It's not the thing.
The show isn't hiring any like big name actors, so I expect the tickets to be somewhat reasonably priced.
Okay, I heard that main actress
yes,
is an anti-vaxxer. Is that true?
No. That was people making jokes about Bad Cinderella. That was Laura Osnes, who played Cinderella in Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella years ago. She came forward and was an anti-vaxxer, and we've since canceled her, and she has had a hard time getting work. She was actually cut from the Bonnie and Clyde revival that was going to take place in London. So she is what we refer to as Bad Cinderella because she's an anti-vaxxer. This new one, I don't believe is. I really
okay. Well, thank you for clearing that up.
Oh, God.
But we're still making fun of this new girl, though, right?
I hate her.
For just being awkward.
I'm
not just Cinderella. I'm bad Cinderella. Bad Cinderella. Okay, I heard. Okay, this actually is not my joke, but somebody like said that Bad Cinderella sounds like a 30 Rock like joke.
Exactly. It sounds like
something that Jenna Maroney would be like. I'm in Bad Cinderella. It's like
about
Cinderella.
Bad. Exactly. Oh. I'm going to see the show because if this show is as bad as I think it's going to be like it's going to be like Carrie the Musical, 6 performances and then gone forever. And I do not want to miss out on that moment in history.
Okay.
Oh, God. I'm still mad I didn't get a poster or a playbill from Diana, so whatever. Yeah. That being said.
I still can't believe you.
I
know you didn't mean to. I know you didn't mean that. What you said about Diana, but like, that was a very, very unfortunate coincidence.
I'm very sorry. Oh, God. But if you want to hear more about Car Crash Theater, I have an entire... I got stories.
Maybe you should...
I've got tattoos.
That's what we should do. We should do that as a Patreon.
The Patreon? We don't have a Patreon.
Not yet.
No,
not yet.
No, okay, first of all, Hyperfixation of the Week officially over because I am done here. Second of all, y'all want to hear about how like Kevin's got these delusions of grandeur for the future of Fruity Cereal?
I sure do.
He sent me a link like 3 days ago being like, hey, when are we getting merch? And I'm like, okay, when are we getting more than 100 views on a single episode? Who do you think we are, Kevin? He was like... Swing for the fences, Kevin. Honestly,
I'm ready. I am ready to make merch.
You're recklessly optimistic, and it's going to be your downfall.
I know.
Oh my God. That being said, I think I had one more thing I wanted to talk to you about before Ooh! Okay. So, Kevin, do you know about The Right Stuff?
Oh yeah. Wait,
that's the dating app for conservatives.
The dating app. Yes. I know about that. It's the conservative dating app.
Have you heard the controversy that it's got itself into?
Yes, how there's no women on the app.
No, there's more, Kevin.
Oh, there's more?
The dating app is the dating app for conservatives. It's called The Right Stuff. Is a digital FBI honeypot to catch January 6th rioters. There's like a little questionnaire on there.
My mouth has opened so many times.
I know, my jaw is like unhinging like a snake.
I know.
So there's like a little questionnaire on there where you can be like, this is what I think the role of a woman is. This is what I think transgender people are like. And it's like all of these controversial opinions. But then there's another one. It's like, it's a prompt. January 6th was ... and you fill in the blank. And people are putting stuff like being like, hey, don't download the app. I put that I was at the January 6th insurrection and I got a call from the FBI not 10 minutes later. And people are getting investigated because of this fucking app.
I actually might have heard about that, but I didn't know if it was true. Honestly, the only part of it that I believed was the part that there's no women on the app.
Exactly, because there was one girl on TikTok who downloaded the app so you don't have to. And she's like, I'm having a terrible time. There's no comedy involved. It's just I'm surrounded by horrible people, all men. And it is, oh my God. And there's no pronouns attached to the profile. So it's, oh God.
Yeah, no pronoun. That was one of their selling points. I remember seeing the ad for that like a while ago when like.
And I was thinking, if there's no pronouns, how do you say I only want to see women?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like I want to see all these guys get matched with each other.
Yeah, it's like all these guys and all these men they're now complaining. There's no women on this app. It's all men. It's like, well, gee, maybe if y'all use pronouns, we would tell who's a man and who's a woman.
Right.
You ever thought about that?
There was another one. Very briefly, I don't want to get in too deep with this. Trixie Mattel, famous drag queen, world famous drag queen. If you don't know who Trixie Mattel is, why are you here?
Yeah, we're constantly comparing ourselves to.
Exactly. She officially started releasing booking dates for her new business venture, the Trixie Motel, which is literally a motel that you can stay at in, I think, Palm Springs, California, where it's like all Trixied out. Pink, Barbie, 90s vibes, like everything you would expect from a hotel designed by Trixie fucking Mattel. And I went onto the app to do a little digging. First of all, she's on TikTok talking up a storm, obviously, saying, do you want to support a small queer-owned business? Then come to the Trixie Motel. We're booking through January 21st right now, or whatever. I went onto the app, Kevin. I went to look at bookings, Kevin. I want you to take a guess. For a Wednesday night stay, how much do you think the cheapest price you could get at the Trixie Motel in October of 2022?
$700.
So close, $650.
Oh, wow.
For a single night stay.
Damn.
Kevin, you cannot be on TikTok saying I'm a queer-owned small business if you are charging $650 for one night.
I don't know. Small businesses kind of tend to charge a lot. I mean, I bought a chicken sandwich from a small business earlier today, and let me tell you, it was not worth it. It was $10, no fries.
But that's exactly my point.
Too much breading. There was too much breading in it.
But I was just like, I'm not going to say she's greedy. Like, she's determined this is her value and this is what she expects to be paid for. And if you don't want to pay for it, she doesn't want your business. That's fine. But $650. And then you're going all the way up to like $950 for like a Saturday, Sunday night. Like, I was just absolutely like sticker shock, obviously. But I'm just thinking, like, do you get like, housekeeping? This is just for a night. So you don't even need housekeeping unless you're staying there for a full day. And that was, I don't know. It just really got my
also, Trixie Mattel is a celebrity. So it's like, people are going to want to book this hotel just because it's owned by Trixie Mattel. Like,
yeah, I know, but do I get a meet and greet with her? You know what I mean?
Probably not.
Does Katya come up and like shit on my bed or something?
No, I mean, well, maybe. I don't know.
It's possible. Mints on the pillows, Katya. I'm disgusted with myself. I'm very sorry.
I mean, like there are people who will just buy things just because they're owned by celebrity. I mean, like how much do freaking Yeezys go for?
I think I showed you. I got Mr. Beast Burger from Postmates like a couple of weeks ago. And it was the greasiest fucking burger I've ever eaten in my life. And I was like, and it says only available via like food delivery service. There's no like brick and mortar store that you can go to. You can only get it via food delivery. And it was the greasiest burger I think I've ever eaten in my life. And I felt like I took a bite and I just felt my heart say, oh no.
Your heart said, oh no.
Exactly. And I was just like, I'm not doing this again. And I haven't. But that there are kids begging their parents, Mom, can we have Mr. Beast Burger? And she's like,
of course kids do, because kids love Mr. Beast for some fucking reason.
Oh, God.
They love him for some reason, because YouTube keeps on shoving his face in my face, even though I'm not subscribed to him. I don't think I've ever even seen a video of him, but like on the recommended page, it's always his dumb face doing like, or like, with like his mouth open, like,
I don't get any recommended Mr. Beast video. I honestly didn't even know who he was until like a year ago. But the one thing I see the ad constantly, it's like every person who visits our page gets 1K. You don't believe us? Come and find it. And it's not Mr. Beast.
Yeah, it's a scam.
It's definitely. And I was just like, kids out there are like obviously falling for it, and it's working.
Yeah, which you'd be surprised that he wouldn't like shut that down. Like
that reminds you would think, but like. It's like those like scam like telemarketer things. They shut their operation down and then they open another one and then they shut it down. It's like trying to catch flies. You don't really get a success story out of that. But Did you ever see that video of the it was like the Christian animated video of like teaching your kid to not watch Mr. Beast because he's not a Christian channel? It's a song.
I've never seen that.
I gotta find that song and send it to you because it is so cringy and stupid and I love it.
Okay.
Somebody's made like trap remixes of it. It's fucking hilarious.
Trap remix.
Absolutely. What does he teach? Blasphemy and greed. And it's fucking hilarious. Anyway, Kevin, we've been talking for so fucking long. Oh, yes. Mr. Beast turned down $1 billion to sell his YouTube channels and side businesses. Ooh.
Yeah, but that's because he's already like he's already.
Yeah, no, he's already got more money than God, so I think he's fine.
All of his videos are like about him spending like millions of dollars. Like,
yes.
It's like, where did he get? It's like, obviously he gets his money from YouTube, but like, where did he get it before that? Because like
he had a guest spot on Ellen.
Did he?
No.
Oh.
You know how Ellen would just give money to undeserving people? Like fucking damn Daniel with the Converse.
Yeah. Damn Alex from Target.
Exactly. She'd just be like, you're handsome, therefore have $1 million. Fuck you, Ellen.
Yeah,
we've been talking for like an hour. I think we need to wrap it up.
Yes. It's about time we wrap up.
Oh my God. Anyway, let me just take this time to once again reiterate. Next episode will be on October 23rd. Kevin and I are going to take 1 week off to go have some fun in Florida, and then we will return with a wonderful episode, and then it is Halloween.
It's Halloween.
Strap in because
it's Halloween.
We got plans.
You better make it scream. Didn't the Disney parades used to have that song?
If they did, it was before my time. I don't know. I came in to boo to you, so that's where my loyalties lie. That's a bop. I will die listening to Boo to You. I swear to God.
I like the old one better.
Well, you're a nostalgic elitist. Anyway. Yes, once again, thank you guys for joining us. You can follow us across all social medias at Fruity Cereal. Fruity like the fruit, cereal like the killer. You can follow me, Connor, on social media at Twitter, Connor F from LI, and TikTok at Connor KFitz92. Kevin?
Should we still say fruity cereal like the killer? Because I told that to somebody and they thought that we were like a true crime podcast.
I mean, we could be. We did talk about Jeff Dahmer and McCamey Manor.
We did, yeah. Well,
it's on theme for right now, but like,
I mean, yeah. Okay, well, all right. Anyway, you could follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch,
Dropbox, LiveJournal.
No. Letterbox. You can follow me on any of those sites at It's Kevin O'Lear. That's ITSKEVINOLEAR. Or you can follow me on YouTube at Kevo Productions.
And also follow our network, ETB Network, on YouTube and Twitter and all other social medias as well. And make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can get notified when we do have a new video coming out.
Click the bell to be notified.
Sure. I don't know the blah, blah, blah. Young people.
And make sure to hit that like button. And also, Connor, should we give our listeners a prompt to like comment on
I thought you were going to say, should we give them a prize? And I was like, yeah, we're giving away free MacBooks.
Oh, if only we were that rich.
Oh my God.
If only we were Mr. Beast rich.
Comment down below for a chance to win a Bugatti. Oh my gosh. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining us. We will see you in exactly 2 weeks, and we can't wait to see you then. Thank you so much for joining us, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.